Good evening, folks. Looks like most of us survived the coronal mass ejection that we just had impact our planet. Yesterday, we did get up to a G3 KP index of 7 at the peak, and it came down a little bit and kind of bumped up, and we're starting to see things normalize again. Right here you can see from Boulder, Colorado, Fredericksburg in Germany, College Station in Texas, and this is the estimated planetary. Don't ask me how they got this from these other places, but this is what it is. Now as we wind down, one of the things we have to realize is there is a reverberation. Remember, I've explained before that when the CME or solar winds, anytime we get an impact, there's that punch, and just like a soft soccer ball, when you let it go, it reverberates back. So we will have a rebound or a reverberation followed by, guess what? A large coronal hole right in the sun's surface. These winds are due to reach us here in the next couple of days. So on a reverberation, then followed up by another impact from high-speed solar winds. But did anybody happen to notice any effects? Well, if you're paying attention to the news, you will see them. There have been gas that has been gone out, a gas outage. Well, how does that happen just from a coronal mass ejections? Well, the plants that actually produce power to pump the gas for the pumps to run down the pipeline, if their pipes or pump stations are not cathodically protected enough, they will lose power. They will be grounded short out, and they're done for, so to speak. Another thing that we can have that has happened is a blown transformer affecting traffic lights. This was published yesterday at 10:23 a.m. in South Jonesboro, affecting traffic lights, the city of Longview. Another thing, Dade County faced internet phone service outage Friday morning. Dade County, Georgia. They said dialing 911 would not work either. That's kind of alarming. Another thing, Pasco Fire Department responds to structure fire on West Leola Street. Well, how does a fire happen? Well, a couple of different ways. One being if your house is not grounded properly, or your electrical wires are not grounded properly, or even your gas line to your house. And let's say you have a small gas leak that you didn't know about, with it being grounded and all that charge going through it. Spark, spark, boom, boom. And here's another one, crews responding to a morning house fire in Adams County. I mean, this is kind of an alarming thing. People don't really realize the synchronicities of these things. Here's another thing. 3 UK has gone down, which is a mobile carrier. Guess what? It was all of them. The whole thing. Glad I don't live in the UK having that service at the moment. Now, there are some advantages. Now, with me being in South Texas, this is a photo I took at sunset yesterday. As you can see, the sun is over here going down. However, you've got all of this array of colors. Now, how do you get all of this array of colors? It's actually pretty rare. But what this is a reaction of is the particles from the coronal mass ejection charging the ionosphere. And because you have light fractals like a prism, those colors go through and hit different levels, which gives us all of these different colors. So I've got from the purples and the blues up here down into the reds, and I mean, this is a really dark purple in here, and then you've got your oranges and your yellows. I mean, it was a really beautiful sight, and I'm glad I got the opportunity to take a picture of it. However, well, what effects could you have known about physically? Your ears ringing, physical ailments from your joints aching, heart palpitations, headaches, migraines, stiffness, sore muscles. If you have pacemakers or hearing aids, you could definitely have been having some issues with those. If you start noticing when we're having impacts, be self-aware of yourself. And when you have those really bad physical ailments, you might want to think about maybe doing some exercise, more exercise, definitely drinking lots of fluids, and changing your diet a little bit to try and live a more healthy lifestyle so you can actually not suffer so bad during these things. But what's after this? Is there anything else? What comes after this? Well, as many of you might know, I've talked about this. Usually when we have a decent CME impact, we have an uptick in earthquake and volcanic activity. And it's kind of amazing. You can actually see when the reverberation happens. You can see when the earth is, it gets that push and then it reverberates back out. You can almost see when it happens. most of the earthquakes before 3 o'clock in the morning were all like under 5.0, all the way down from the first. They, because we got impact on the first, but they're all below 5.0. Then all of a sudden we started going to 5.5, 5.1, 5.0, 5.2, and it keeps going up. And then it kind of comes back a little bit. Then you got a 5.8, and then you keep coming up. Guadalupe, you're getting 5.2, 5.1. Get back to the 4s, and then, oh, look, 5.1, 5.5, 5.5, and then, big one in the Philippines. Caraga got a 7.6. It was downgraded. It was a 7.7. I actually follow ETN News. I recommend others do the same. He's always right on it. Like, he doesn't muck about. He's always watching these activities. So, and again, look at all these different 5.0s that you're getting, and then next thing you know, sorry, Philippines, nothing but 5.0s, and a lot of these are in the Philippines. Philippines. Look at Caraga, Philippines. In the Philippines, all of this is all in the Philippines. Oh, this one's in Japan. But like, holy crap. And then look at this up here. Another one in Caraga, 6.4 in Caraga, Philippines. Another 5.2 in Caraga, Philippines. 5.6 in Caraga, Philippines. Another 5.7 in Caraga, like all in the same area, the same place. 5.1, 5.4, 5.7. Another 5.3, all in the same place. Another 5.1. Oh, look, and another 6.2 in the same stinking place. And then you got a 5.0, 5.7, a 5.2. Like, holy crap, they're just getting bombarded. Oh my gosh. And then a 6.2. Again, like these poor guys over there, folks. Now, look at this. Seriously, all Caraga, Philippines. I mean, every once in a while you might get somebody else in there, but for the most part, it is dominantly over there in Caraga, Philippines. Oh, look, another 6.0. And that's today, as of 2052 UTC time. So that's pretty recent. Now, if we zoom in on this area, you can see it is just a solid red dot. This whole area, folks. Do you see where that is? That's in the water, which means tsunamis. Folks, pay attention. Please be careful. If you happen to know anybody in the area, tell them trying to take cover. Oh, and look over here. We also happen to have a volcano going off. So these things are all connected. Now, with it being in the Philippines, if it's big enough, obviously it can go this way. It can come all the way over here to Hawaii. It can come down here to Australia. It can go up to the Koreas. Depending on the size of it, it could go all the way across the ocean and hit California. So please pay attention, folks. Whenever we're having a coronal mass ejection and we're getting a decent impact, you know that earthquakes and volcano activities will pick up, especially the earthquakes. Like, that is a major deal. Earthquakes pick up, they happen, they become more frequent. Well, eventually it will affect the volcanoes inadvertently and sometimes directly. So, be careful out there. So keep your eyes open. No fear, and remember that love is the only way forward. Solar Wolf out.